Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here with Target Trading Academy. Today is Wednesday, December 1st. It is the holiday season. It is 3:52 p.m. Eastern Time, pretty much 4 o'clock. Markets are winding down here for us. Let's get into our micros market recap. Our oil and gold are already done for the day. Now, oil opened at the top end of yesterday's range. Get my drawing tool up. Don't know where it went. Just 1 second. There we go. Opened up here. This is I'll move this to the side. This is where we opened. You can see the opening line. This is the range high from yesterday. So we opened inside of yesterday's range, and we kind of just fiddled around for a good hour or so. And we had some opportunities for entries at this HVA loan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 right there within that hour, whether you took them or not. And then we had a monster entry here just before news squeaked through for oil. I don't care to look at what the news was. There's no need to go over it. You can see the aftermath of it. And then it just started to melt down, much like our other markets right now, before they had made their previous highs for the day. But ultimately, oil finished down below in this area. This is where it closed down here. This is just that continuation, but this is the close of the market, getting close to the bottom of our contract for now. So what we're looking at potentially tomorrow, because we do have, excuse me, that move down, really is going to have to depend on the overnight, where they're going to bring us for when we open. Are we going to be opening gap up, gap down? We just don't know what they're going to do, what the volume is going to be like in the overnight. We can only look at what's going on right now. They had quite the range today. The first initial part of it was very condensed, not much action. It just kept going around that initial area where it opened and then finally just gave way recently. Now gold all day long. Opened in balance. Remember, yesterday's range was way out there. It was really large. And so we just fiddled around here in the middle of the contract. Not to say that we didn't have any entries. We had 3 right here alone off of those levels that we give. And I can see another 4 or 5 more that were valid. Again, though, inside yesterday's range, just a huge consolidation. Not really surprising. I mean, we've had several large days in gold, and it's not surprising that they just consolidate for now. Now, the equities, they were all over the place, very choppy this morning. If we just scroll back here, excuse me, to our open at 9:30 a.m., you can see that if you know your numbers or whatnot, we opened inside of yesterday's range, almost to the same open as the previous day, well above the close. But we had some dip down, and then it just seemed like they were going to just bring it up and melt up for a while. It was very choppy. And then here they had some volume picking up, and then they decided to not really do anything with it, and they turned it around, and it's just a choppy day. Several entries again with these HVAs, high volume areas, and then the more news came out, and we are down here now, well past. You can see that all of a sudden, 2 o'clock, boom, well past yesterday's range as well as today's. So today we had a large movement in the ES, micro ES. We opened inside pretty much where we opened yesterday. went above its range from yesterday, and now we are well below yesterday's range. And yesterday's range was a good, I don't know, almost 100 points. So we surpassed that by quite a bit, to say the least, in the ES and micro ES, and it's still going. And there was a dozen entries, some very, very solid, perfect setups. You don't really see perfect setups. You get setups, but it's rare to see a perfect one, right? But they're entries nonetheless, based off of our methodologies. Now, Nasdaq opened inside of its range. Let me get this here for you. Scrolling back as well. Very close to its open as well from yesterday. So almost the same story. But in terms of how it performed, oops, sorry about that. Let's go this way. Oops. Bring this slightly this way. Can't go too far. I guess it's a data corruption on that part right there. You just have to take my word for it. We did open inside yesterday's range, and then we headed down, as you can see here, before making a move up. And then again with the ES, in comparison to the ES, we never made it above the high from yesterday. So even though we opened really close to the range, to yesterday's open, we never made it above the high of the range from yesterday like we did in the ES. But much like the ES, we did go below the range from yesterday, well below the close, and you can see that that news and that volume that kicked in towards the afternoon has brought us all the way down here. Again, giving several entries just as we scroll through, if you were around for them or not, right? It determines if you were going to take them or able to take them, I should say. But we are still melting down as this market is closing. So large moves today in our equities. In the morning, not so much, just very choppy, but the afternoon more so lately. So that's news for you. Just people wait for specific times to trade when specific news announcements come out. Doesn't matter, in my opinion, what's on the news. You just got to be aware of when is news. And if you're going to be trading our methodologies, we look forward to seeing you in our room. If you don't know who we are, again, we are Target Trading Academy. Before I sign out, though, I should probably go over some entries that students took. Here's an entry Robert took in the micro oil, up $12, live real money. As you can see, excuse me, this was shortly before the market opened. And then you can see his second entry that he took when the market opened, just about 15 minutes or so after it opened, up now $24 live real money in the micros. And then we got Miro showing off two of his entries here in micro Nasdaq, up $100.50, doing an excellent job. This is that run up per se, you could, in a way, before the market started coming down, and they just didn't quite want to get over the high for the day from yesterday. But moving on, Roman coming back in gold from his previous loss yesterday, up 144 live real money in gold, based off of our methodology, our levels that we give out the night before. And then to finish us off, we got Jeremy with a live entry, up $25 live real money in the micro ES. He took this, and then Wendy also took it, but she took it on sim. Same entry, same edge, different students. We didn't tell them to take it. They executed on their own. This is the beauty of our methodologies. You learn the principles that we teach, You apply them to our our HVA levels, and it is ultimately the choice of the student to go in on an entry, long or short. We don't call out that in the room that you need to go long or short at this moment, because it is much better to teach someone how to fish than to give them a fish, despite people wanting to be given a fish daily. It is much better to learn to be profitable on your own way with our methodologies off of our HVA levels that we give out each night. So again, if you're interested in finding out what we do, how we do it, how to trade, we are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettradingacademy.com. Get in touch with a representative there, and they will gladly show you why we are the #1 trading education company in the world, and how do we have so many live students in our rooms daily having success. We look forward to seeing you in the room.